Welcome to Framework Fortune and welcome back, Framework Fortune community. I'm your host, Ben, and let's get into some live morning stock trading here. See what's happening around the markets. I know futures last night were real sketchy. Let me see where they're at now and pull up trading view. So gold's still around. Gold's pulled back a little bit, getting a little rejection off of 2000. Oil has dropped down to 100. We'll see if that can hold 100 or if the oil madness is done. Silver down at 25. The NASDAQ and the SPY still pretty bearish under all these resistance lines. And then we're basically, because even Ethereum and Bitcoin, they still really haven't moved yet. We're basically still in just the sideways quiet, well, I don't want to say quiet, but sideways uncertainty amongst all markets right now. And the last few days, futures are open on the weekend. The last few days have been, well, they're open on Sunday, but the last few days have been real crazy, excluding Saturday when they were closed. But everything's just kind of hanging out at the moment. But let's go through here, check out some of these things on the watch list. INDO's looking done for now until oil comes back up or starts to show it's going to hold. Most of these oil stocks not going to do too well. MGLD not looking good. Let me just get out of this nonsense here. So $20 I threw in there for no reason. I'm just tired of seeing this. Get that nonsense off of there. I am still in PZG from Friday. Still holding here, as it is still uptrending. It did crack the uptrend a little bit earlier, but barely holding on at the moment. CEI. Yeah, you can see all these oil stocks below the downtrends now. TMC still holding its uptrend. That's a metals company though. HYMC still on an uptrend. That's a mining company too. That one's running right into the 200 on the daily, but trying to break it. I'm gonna take Gato off for now, but HYMC and PZG still just kind of holding up, so we'll see. So we got Volt. Looks like they're getting acquired. Yeah, so nothing there. AGRI. The hell? Hold on a second. What am I looking at here? Oh, there's one. Whoa. They're showing up the. Oh, it's just a weird. Not sure what's going on with that. AGRI has got a ways Let's see if it can break 5. Get up to 9. Just put it on watch for now. MULN, nothing there. RKDA with a little bit of an uptrend, but still right under the 200. With one mid float, that's under the 200. Few high floats, but barely anything there moving. Or ARTW. ARTW only has 4 million in shares. Barely any volume yet, but I'm going to throw it on there. That looks like a requirement. TRQ. This is a metal stock. Somebody's buying into... Oh, his name is Turquoise Hill, so this is a turquoise stock. Now, turquoise is becoming more and more rare by the day. What's up, Fredo? I'm not there yet. I don't know where the money's at yet. I'm just observing everything at the moment. An intraday pop on the SPY? Let me see. I mean, it's having a little rebound, but still that daily chart. So, until we get through all of this right here, until we get back above 445, really back above 450, because that double top there, there ain't a lot of hope for the SPY in the NASDAQ future. See, look at the NASDAQ future. Let's see what it looks like comparatively. Because it's more going to give you more clarity than the SPY. But you can see we do have a short uptrend on the daily chart on the NQ. However, you know, we got to get back over 13.5 on the NQ to even get up and test all this resistance. Well, actually, even if we got to 13.5, that's only actually right there. So we still got just a lot of resistance on it. I mean, it very well could rebound more today. It's possible. But I doubt it. It's a bunch of different little... weird PRs on this one. Let's see. Nothing there. Huh. It really run the 50. It might have maybe a bit. Maybe it was dark orders or something. I did change some of my chart settings, not much, but I just changed the charts to mark instead of last. Let me see if that's what's throwing this chart off. So where's it at? I just did this last night. Oh, I don't think it's in settings. It's in style. That's right. You can see the difference the mark versus the last makes. AGRI is uptrending. Oh, interesting. KCSP. Let me see this daily chart. It's trying to come up and test. It is below all the EMAs, so a lot of resistance there. There's a little bit lower float. We've seen this one get a little action. Got a downtrend there. Yeah, we got the Fed meeting and all that coming out this week, so you can just see there's not a lot of volume happening in the stock market here. Keep an eye on AGRI for a second. DCRT. What's the float on it? 2 million. Actually, I'm kind of liking it. It's above all EMAs right now at this $3 area. It's gonna break 325. Draw that line right there. Got held up last week multiple times at 325 area. Break at 325 though. It's a relatively new IPO. Could get up and test that 430. I'm going to remove this line. Oops. Come on. I keep forgetting I gotta change back to my other stick. There we go. I like this play. I may go on this. You think Apple will stop at 95? Probably not a bad price there, around 100. This is a perfect triangle. I'm not seeing Up KCSP just started breaking, but like I said, it's got all that resistance ahead of it. Decent pop so far. Focus on DCT here, though. We're getting ready to test. Or DRCT, I'm sorry. That's what the ticker symbol is. If we start, let me see this on the hour chart. Going. What do you mean I don't? Hold on a second. See, I may drop PZG for now. Yeah, I'm gonna drop PZG for now because see, I'm out of it. Position long. Oh, I just sold 50. Okay. Got 200 left. I forgot I was so heavy in this. Friday was a dumb day for me. Looking at this 15-minute, it is trying to go green here. Good evening or morning, Lori Lee. Good evening, I guess I should say. How are you today? And good morning to everybody else. Yeah, come on back a little bit here, DRCT. Got a lot of time on this hour chart though, so it may have to test here for a while. Well, no, I don't know. If we can start breaking up out of the tip right here. Excuse me, right here. We're very close to it. But we could also drop down. See, KSCP is going to run smack dab into that 200 at 640. SPY flat topping a little bit on the 1 hour chart. Having a little pullback. AGR is 15 million shares. So right now I'm leaning towards AGRI. And DRCT at the moment. Maybe KCSP. You see it's shooting up right there at this 200. Let me see this on the daily. And then right after the 200, we got the 50-day at 7. So it is trying to break through at 650 right now. Nice rip already. But I can't get it this high. Can't do it. Still got 50 left of PZG and don't want to keep it. Let me just get completely out of PZG. No reason to be in it right now. Not with all the uncertainty, not until we get a clear cut. Yeah, look at that. You can see right on the hour, it shot up to 675, pulling back below that 200. So the 200 is acting as very strong resistance. It did try to get close to the 50, but no cigar. I just don't like AGRI because it's below the 10-day. Let's see, it does have, let's see, where's the resistance at? 376, 481. Oh no, it's got room to move. DRCT needs to hold 315 here to come back around if it's going to pop. What's up, Stonks and Chomps? Let's see. We'll keep an eye on. Damn, this looks very close to going though. Going, starting to push to that 325 right now. And let's see if it can break out here. We're over 325. Well, for a second we were over 325. Got 2 minutes on this 15-minute candle left. Up to 330. Breaking through 330. Got push over 335. That's the previous high of this wick. See, we're struggling there. Give me just a second, guys. I'll be right back. Just So it looks like we got rejected there on that attempt. Still on the uptrend. We're going to need to see 325 start holding as support on the level 2 here. AGRI looking close to dropping. ARTW having that quick shoot up and then right back down. Ooh, DRCT just pulled down to 315. We're at the trend line. Let me keep an eye on this for a second. Make sure this ain't going to crack. $315 trying to hold. Okay, there it goes. There we go. Just want to see that buying coming back in. We don't want to stay down there. So you can see buying pushing it up off of the uptrend and off of the 315 area. But we need to see it break that 325 and hold. Do we ever throw a wick? We didn't even throw a wick yet up over 335. We really need to see some type of quick push or something, a little wick, something to go up over that 335 area here soon. We need to make a higher high. And I'm just keeping an eye on all the futures on the side. All this quietness, the sideways movement in all the markets. You may see that until the Fed meeting happens. They're supposed to, I guess they're going to actually officially announce the interest rate hikes. I believe they're supposed to anyway, which of course won't be much. I know, man. I ain't got on the navy blue today. I got on my Bitcoin shirt. Because cryptos have stayed pretty low without dropping too much more. So I think we're close to seeing money coming out full force in the stock market, and some of that money I would imagine is going to go into some cryptos. But like, this is what I'm looking at. And you look at the futures right now, like Bitcoin future 2% up on the day. The dollar's down 0.35%. Ether's up 2.2%, which you can see, obviously, even though Bitcoin and Ethereum are up 2%, they're doing better than everything else at the moment, because gold's down 1.5. The dollar, like I said, down 0.34. The NASDAQ is barely up 0.22%. And of course, oil's the biggest loser at 7%, but it was so high up, so no surprise that it came back down to that 100. But these are small percentage moves, so it's like everybody's just kind of hanging out on the sideline. And we've seen the dollar, even though the dollar should be going down because of inflation and everything else, the dollar has been strengthening because of people pulling their money out of the different markets, along with what we did to the Russian ruble. But you can see what we did to the Russian ruble is not holding up at the moment. Starting to, I mean, they're still screwed at the moment. Let's see. Though the ruble is up, I guess due to these Ukraine talks. Problem being is with these talks, all we know right now is they're just talks, and you know, if nothing comes out of it, then we're right back to square one. So there's a lot going on this week. It's just got money parked. At least that's what it seems like. Money's just parked on the sidelines. Because it's not really flowing in any real direction. And 2% on Ethereum in a day is not that much. Ethereum usually moves a little bit more than that, either to the up or downside. 2% is pretty low. Oh, wait a minute. DRCT back down again, testing that trend line. Let's see, get back above 315. If 315 starts acting as resistance, which it's doing at the moment, then we may crack here. But how's everybody doing today? Did everybody have a good weekend? As good as you can with the gas prices and whatnot. Chaos and all the stuffs. It's crazy out here. What crazy times we live in. Well, let me get back into the hour chart on here so I can see what's going on with the the overall trend here. Still above all EMAs on the hour. We got a little over 30 minutes left, so we want to see it. They're just starting to hold the 315, but we want to see this hour candle push back above 325, the tops of these bodies, and then push above at 336, 335 area, that tip. But it's very low float. There's only 2.8 million shares outstanding. Float's probably around 2 million, I would guess. So very, very low float play here. They opened the swimming pool, no mask, no vax required. How about that? You know, it's like that. The pandemic was over in a heart. It was like that. You know, we're on global pandemic, end of the world, and then it's over with. At least that's what the media's acting like. This is starting to crack. I may have to hop out of here if this don't start coming back up. Yeah, especially if this hour candle closes like this. We could crack here and pull all the way back down to 291. So if I did, that'd be 20 cents. I'd be risking about $15. Let's see if $3 holds up as support. So if you're starting to crack, what is moving? RTW still not sure on AGRI. KCSP still hanging out right there. Let me just remove this liner at the moment. Thing I don't like is this flat, how he flat tops on both candles. And then we've got this little bear indecision candles getting followed by what seemingly is a bear candle. However, there's still 30 minutes left, but it is cracking down. Well, I don't know if I want to say it's cracking down that triangle yet. Let's make sure it can hold 3. But I was really looking for that pop right here. And we started pushing. This market just may be too slow right now to do much in. Let's see. Okay, airlines up a little bit. See what's RKDA doing? Nothing. Okay, we are getting some buying off of 3. See, trend line could be drawing something like this. It doesn't matter. All that matters is it stays above 3 and it tries to test 325. Is it warm enough there in where you from again, Lori? You're from what is it? Was it Taiwan? Sorry, I can't remember. I'm blanking out where it is you're from, or where it is you live right now. Anyway, what country? Yeah, so I mean, you can, if $3 holds up, that would be the actual accurate bottom triangle. So we still got a little time. $3 starting to crack though, so okay, you better come back up. $3 can't hold. I'm getting out. Oh, I was right. I did remember 20. It is Taiwan. Man, look at that. Can you guys believe that? I actually remembered something for once. I'm so proud of myself right now. You gotta accept those happy little moments when you do something smart. I don't know if it's smart, but you know. The fact that it was a little victory for me that I remember. A little mental victory. We need mental victories here and there. And that's part of starting off trading the week off on Mondays. You know, if you come in like a bat out of hell and you're slinging money all over the place, I mean, we know every Monday is a mystery bag of what's going to happen because the market's been closed for 2 days, sometimes 3 if it's a holiday weekend. So Monday's a good day to, take small share positions like I did on DCRT here. Although it looks like it's going to come down, but if it does start cracking too hard, I'll just get out with a $10 loss. I don't like the fact that it's not able to push back up. But you don't want to be coming in on Mondays gung-ho. And reason being is because everybody else is gung-ho. All the retail traders, they've been, bored A lot of stock market retail traders only trade stocks. They're not into cryptos or futures, so they can't trade those on the weekend. We're getting a little doji star, possibly. That's the last little line right there. 297 that needs to hold. RCAT's making a move. It didn't show up on my scanners whatsoever. Oh yeah, nice move so far. $1.86 up to 244. They announced the subsidiary has been selected by a Department of Defense. Yeah, so anytime a penny stock like this gets a government contract, they're going to get some action. And so you see this thing going straight up. Does look good. Decent PR and military right now with everything going on is not too bad. Not too bad of a sector to be looking for plays in. NARCAD's about 53 million shares outstanding, so probably somewhere around 45 million in float. Definitely low enough. Let me look on the daily chart though, see what we're looking like there. Oops. It's another one. We're running smack dab into the 200. Just got rejected there. It's definitely thrown some big rips up previously, but this stock has been downtrending and continually gives back gains right after it rips. So I'm a little bit iffy on that one. I mean, it certainly could keep going. Well, you're running the 200-day now, and then you're going to have 250 right after that. Let me see this 4 hour. Four hours pretty strong on this chart. Yeah. Hold this for a little bit longer. Give me a couple of seconds, guys. Give me like a couple of minutes. I'm gonna take a quick little break. I'll be right back. Let's see. One Life trying to scalp on the AGR, or was it AGRI moves? Starting to crack that trend line a little bit. Get out of here right now. You can see the SPY. The SPY tried to get back up and just got rejected at 424.50. Couldn't even get to 425. Well, let's see. Hold on. Let's read some news headlines here. See what's happening around the world. White House reports discussing having Biden travel to Europe. Is he going to make it? Can he go overseas like that? He better have like a whole team of nurses and doctors. Anyway, let's see. Interfax reports Russian Defense Ministry says Ukrainian city of Mariupol is unblocked. Mass evacuation of people has started. BZ, no. Interfax is a Russia state-run funded news media widely seen as propaganda. Who put this out? The old pot calling the kettle black. That's what you got here. This is Reuters saying, oh, you know, that news media, it's Russian propaganda. Don't listen to that. Make sure you listen to us, Reuters. We're not propaganda. So Russia may halt wheat, corn, rye, barley exports March 15th. That would be tomorrow. Why are there 3 weirdest facts about the... Let me read this. Oh, hold on a minute. SPY is cracking, so DRCT is probably going to start cracking here. Yeah, that does not look too good. The 4-hour looks alright. Let me look at this hour chart. Oh, no. See that? I don't like how it got rejected. We got 15 minutes left on the hour chart. It is still holding above at 295 area, but we're testing it again. We've not seen in the last 30 minutes, we've not seen any buying coming in, which is concerning. I'm about to hop out of here. I'm very close. We don't see any type of buy-in come in and push us back over 3 in the next couple of seconds. We're starting to crack 290. See, that 10-day moving average is right where we're on. We're starting to see some buying trying to hold that up at 285. There we go. Buying, pushing it back over 290. Keep coming in here. KCSP looks like it may be ready for another little push. Holding up $6 on this trend line, so keep KCSP on watch. Oh, they actually have PR too. They've got some type of contract, but no terms have been disclosed, so we don't really know. GRC, are you going to be able to hold? Did we throw a wick lower? No, we threw a wick right down to where we were, where the previous candle wicked at. Still buying. Coming in, trying to push it up. I'm gonna pull up the SPY news so I can keep. Look at that. God. Look at that. Look at this hour chart. How bearish we're looking on the hour. We almost dropped to the low right there, 419. We're only $1.28 away. Alright, if we're starting to get volatile, we're starting to move a little bit here on everything. See how everything on the scanner is starting to liven up now that the SPY has kind of made its decision of which way it wants to go. Let me see. Do we have anything particularly pushing up? Lost $3 one life. Yeah, it's, you know, I'm thinking the same thing. I'm close to, you know, cutting this play. If it does not rebound, I ain't risking very much today on Monday, where everything is real up in the air. KCSP though, still holding 9. Or not 9, but 6. Starting to break over 615 here. How's RCAT doing? Nice. Nice call out, Lori. RCAT still ripping off of that trend line. You know, it's not moving super fast, but it is a play where you can definitely be getting some bounces off of that trend line. It may start trying to run the fact that it's pushed up to a new high a day now. This is probably the best looking thing at the moment. But it does need a what is it? Not AGRI, but the one that's running RCAT does need to have a pullback. Like if you weren't in down here in this 235, 225 area off of the trend line, you definitely don't want to be looking to grab it way up here at the top at the moment, even though it could continue to rip. Alright, DCRT is still just barely hanging on. It's like a chicken beak away. Just a very small amount away from giving up this trend. If we don't start seeing buying volume come back in. Oops, back to DRCT. Let's see, where's the overall trend line at? Right there. So basically back down to 260. I definitely ain't holding down that far. Let's see what else we got going on here. Ukraine negotiator says official talks with Russia are paused till Tuesday. Europe to impose new sanctions on Rosneft, Transneft, which these looks like, I'm not sure, NEFT. Let me just be the name of them. Blocking of, wow. So, EU to impose sanctions on whatever those are, blocking investments in fossil fuels. Ukraine's president's going to do some talking. Russia TASS says Russia's counting on resumption of dialogue with U.S. on cyber. U.S. to explore alternatives to Iran nuclear deal without Russia. What New York deal are we talking, or not New York, what are we talking about here? What nuclear deal? I've not heard anything about this. Russian bans Instagram. Uh-oh. Lawmakers seek to react rent control measures in the U.S. So this is what I'm always talking about. Where the government breaks something, they're going to point the finger at everything else, and they're going to try to enact stuff on an already screwed with market. So the U.S. lawmakers are looking to enact rent control, reviving measures shunned mainly in recent years to curb the surge in home and rental prices. Why are rental prices going up? Very simply, inflation, taxes, all those are going up. So it costs the homeowner, the landlord, more money. It costs them more property tax. Who decides the property tax? The local government. So this is the nonsense the government loves to do. They love to do this. Let's see what they're talking about. Redfin Corp prices have hit record levels across the U.S. and about 18% up on average on the past 2 years. Yeah, the rents are up 18% because the real estate market went ballistic because of inflation. So yeah, they're up. Yeah, of course rent is up. Everything is up. So these proposals would generally allow landlords to boost monthly rents by 2% to 2%, 2% to 10%. Well, if we're at 8% inflation and the landlords can only raise the month rent by 2% to 10%, then they're going to be losing out. This is starting to crack. Let me get out of this. I ain't holding on to that. Whoops. I didn't get all of them out there. But this is bad. This is another bad thing we do not want the government doing. If they do that, that's more control we're giving them to control. Like, think about that for a second. The government is going to tell you, a homeowner who's renting your property out as a business, they're going to tell you how much you can raise your prices on your property, or how you can charge, what you can charge. That's not free market, and that's only going to cause more problems. The reason why rent is up is because of everything else. Same reason everything else. Federal Reserve's printed a ton of money. It's not because landlords are greedy. The landlords just have to adjust rent according to whatever is going on. So if rent is up 18%, then the government needs to look at what they're doing instead of looking at everybody else. They need to be looking at the Federal Reserve. Why are we printing so much money? They don't want to talk about that, though. But anyway, it took a little $20 loss on DRCT there. Just not able to hold up. Threw another wick down. But it dropped below this previous low, so I'm not going to hold. We're making lower lows. Making lower lows on the 15-minute chart. This thing's probably going to fall. Unless it just decided to get me out of there. But with the SPY, SPY's trying to hold 420. We'll see if it can, but if it can't hold 420 here, oh no, let's see. If we start dumping below this 419 area, SPY's coming down. Let's see, RCAT got to 275. It's pretty much hanging out there, looking for another possible leg up or a pullback. SPY is very close to eating it. Let me look at these futures. Is anything popping besides the SPY dropping? Something should start going up with the SPY dropping. Either gold or oil or whatever commodities start to get hot. But I'm not seeing, like I said, it's still Ethereum and Bitcoin that's holding up the best today on the futures, so it's not really giving me a good indicator. Is the dollar strengthening anymore? No, the dollar's looking bearish. Well, this money's going to come out. It's going to come out of these markets. It's going to come out of this market soon. Well, it's already coming out, but it's really going to start coming out if we crack. We should be seeing, though, gold's at 1950. Yeah, maybe a little bit of a crypto rebound day because I'm just not seeing anything at all going on. Let me check, see what the top gainers are over there. Yeah, there's a lot of altcoins up. REQ up 27%, like 28% now. Jasmine up 18%, OGN up 18%. You got a decent amount of movers in the crypto market. As far as nuclear war, I doubt it. You know, nuclear war doesn't benefit anybody besides the nuclear war the nuclear weapon manufacturers and the uranium miners and stuff like that. But blowing up 2 parts of the world with nuclear bombs is not good for anybody's pockets. So I doubt that we would see something like that ever. It'd have to be somebody really crazy at the wheel. And you can see the spies getting ready to give up here as it's cracking below 420. It might get a nasty little dumpski here if it can't hold. But the whole thing that's going on right now, Ukraine and Russia, it's about oil. You know, the media can spin it however they want to spin it, but it's about oil. It's obviously about oil. America and Russia have been beefing about oil pipelines and all that stuff for years now. This is going on during the Trump administration, going on before that. Let's see, we're doing all this stuff. You know, to sanction Russia and all of that. Meanwhile, you know, our market and economy is about to crumble out from under of us. Pretty boring morning though. Let's go through the headlines a little bit more, and then I'm probably going to call it a day. I'm not going to sit here and watch this slow market right now. Let's see. AGRI trying to get back up there. MULN. Anything though, you know, it's not gold or silver or oil or any commodities, with the SPY dropping, they might start to get attention again. Let's check some of the crypto plays. Let's see where Mara's at. So Mara, going to the daily chart. Mara's actually down to $21. That's pretty cheap. Looks like Mara's just basically holding on, waiting to see if Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to break up or not. So much indecision in all of the markets. Like, it is really incredible. Like, you'll be watching the futures, and then all of a sudden everything will just kind of freeze and everything just slows down. Not normal. Not normal reactions at all. So that's the only thing I can figure, is that everybody is just parking their money on the sidelines. Yeah, look at that. DRCT starting to, well, getting rejected at the downtrend now, so that's definitely going to come back down. And it's also getting rejected at that 200-day moving average. If it could have held above it, which was $3, it was fine, but failed to hold above $3. And when it didn't make a higher high up here, that's when I probably should have got out. I recognized that one wick did not quite get up to that previous wick. So I could have avoided this loss by sticking to that original instinct, but that's okay. My plan was to hold as long as that $3 area was holding, and the plan didn't work, so you just move on to the next trade, move on to the next day. Just look, everything coming down. At least for the time being. And it is possible we see the stock market try to rebound from here. Looking at this daily, though, this daily chart looks like a dumper candle, because we've already cracked below Friday's previous bottom. And we tried to push up with that wick to 425. Yeah, it looks like the SPY is going to be coming down more. I think everything's going to turn red here in a second. Yeah. Look at that 1 hour chart. Yeah, that 1 hour chart is showing pretty bad too. So right there, that's it. That's the end. Bottom of this candle, 419.10. 40-ish cents away from that. And you see the NQ chart, the futures chart, cracking real hard. We still haven't hit this low at 13,103. But that's that same kind of area that we're looking at on the SPY, that last little tip. Boy, it's coming down pretty fast. We'll see. See if it breaks this low. God, it's real close to that low now. Air launch cruise missile strike hit training center U.S. Oh boy. Oh boy, that's not good. That's not good for peace talks. As the U.S. assesses Russian attack on Ukrainian base was air-launched cruise missile strike launched from Russian airspace. So they stopped, they paused the talks, and Russia's launching nukes. Or not nukes, I'm sorry. Let me be very clear. Not nukes, my bad. Just missiles. That was not what I meant to say. I don't want anybody freaking out. Because like I said, I doubt it's going to come to nuclear. I mean, it would just, there's no point to have nuclear war. You got to think about the land around those places. Russia's land is full of resources. So is the U.S. And it makes no sense to make those resources unavailable because of nuclear missiles or whatever. But you can see the peace talks are over with. We had a peaceful weekend, but they're still firing missiles. So peace is over with. Peace talks done for at least today. And we're seeing the SPY, boy, getting real close to coming out of this bubble, letting the air out. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Lord, I didn't mean to give you a heart attack when I said nukes. I was talking about the nuclear thing earlier, but I just read that, and it's not nukes. It's not nukes. But it was a Ukraine base. The thing I don't like is the way they made this title, because they put period US, like US trading base was hit, and then you read it was not a US base. So I don't know what news is this. Oh, it's Reuters, of course. But like, why would you put that as a headline? Like, that automatically is going to make people assume that a U.S. center got hit. Woo! Here we go. There goes the drop. Coming down. Get out of the way. Toot toot. 419 throwing a lower wick down. Cracking that previous area. Let's pull up the yearly chart on this NASDAQ and see the full picture of how terrible we're actually looking. Okay, so we got one more little wick down. Remove that. 1350. It's the last little area. So we cracked that today. We're going to see some ugliness more than likely. Very mixed looking market. Alright, well. AGI still not doing anything. AOTW not really doing anything. It is riding up this 10-day on the 1 hour chart. Not a lot of volume yet. It has a very low float, 4 million. So ARTW could possibly get going. Let me look at the one. Yeah, and it's above all EMAs, but it's way, way up here off the EMAs. So actually, I probably wouldn't even mess with it today, because it's more than likely going to pull back. Yeah, 419 fell in the hold on the SPY. 419 starting to act as resistance instead of support. So we're going with that. Okay. So we got about a $6-7 drop before we hit that last final support for the SPY comes down, for the NASDAQ comes down hard. Yeah, you're probably right, Lauren. They'd probably not let Putin do that. Well, alright, guys, I believe I'm going to call it a day. There's not a lot going on in this market, except at the moment the SPY really dipping. Oil's still right around 100. Gold still 1950-ish. We're not seeing anything else really move. And like I said, I think this is all because money is parked on the sidelines waiting to see if this is going to be the start of a real crash on the NQ and the SPY and the stock market overall. So once we see confirmation, which will basically be panic selling at that point, because to me, the confirmation has been confirmed as we've been getting rejected at this one downtrend nonstop. Again, today getting rejected. So, keep an eye on it. If we do drop, if we do crack any more, like I said, we got that 410. That will probably hold up as some support today if it does drop that low. But other than that, let's see. Actually, oil hitting this trend line right here and starting to bounce. SPY continues to crack. We may see oil. Oh yeah, with the war back on and them shooting missiles, we probably are going to see oil start to heat back up. It's a possibility. I don't know. There's too many factors in play right now. Too many world powers, you know, having little thumb wars and doing whatever they're doing. But it does look like the market is going to keep dropping and commodities are going to try to rise. Until we see something different. Let's see, what did this just come out? Colombian stock market edges lower on Petro's primary victory. I'm not sure what they're talking about. Now maybe I just remove this line at this point. So on the daily, we do have 95 on oil as the next support. So if it can't hold 100, it'll probably come on down to 95, and then maybe we could see it bounce. We'll see. If we're getting news all day of missiles blasting things and all of that stuff, I think we'll see a repeat of the beginning of last week. But like I said, it's so hard to tell right now where the money's going to go. All right, guys. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see what happens throughout the day. I'll keep you guys updated in the Discord channel as I'm working on some other stuff. As far as when I see movements that may be leading to something, because right now we don't really have anything specifically. Until the SPY gets done with its consolidation here at that support, we're not going to know much. But yeah, we'll be back on the crypto channel here in just a couple of hours for the crypto update. Take a look and see what's happening in that market. If you haven't yet, go check out frameworkfortune.com. It's free to sign up, and you can join the Discord as well. Come holler at us all in there. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. You guys stay safe out there. Have a great rest of your day. Till next time.
This is war with the enemy. Think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me. I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally.